Hey guys, it's your girl Brittany Noelle, aka the Fit Queen, and you've landed on my fitness and lifestyle vlog. So those of you that are new here, I'm all about fitness that fits you, meaning I don't think that there's just one way to apply fitness to your life. Sometimes the industry makes it seem like fitness is just one thing. It's HIIT workouts, it's diets, it's all that stuff, and I just don't subscribe to that. I think that everybody has their own unique body, therefore they have their own unique approach to fitness and what's going to work for them and what's going to be sustainable for your lifestyle. So for this vlog, what I do weekly is share how I have fitness fit me and my lifestyle. I share both my workouts, my nutrition, but also all the other things that I do in my life to balance that out, because I'm more than just fitness, just like you're more than just your workout plans. So I like to show you all of that. So if that sounds awesome to you, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my page. Also, make sure that you like this video in particular and hit that alert bell so that you know whenever we post more videos. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this week was pretty mellow for me. I had a pretty adventurous last week, so we just needed to get back on track. So this week was all about me getting on back track with my workouts, getting back on track with my nutrition, doing more paperwork. I had some programs to redo. I had some things for my stream, a lot of admin work. And the weather is very meh here. We had some rain. So this weekend was perfect for just catching up and all that. But we did end my week with a pretty fun and interesting visit to a piano bar. There was definitely some issues of cultural appropriation that we'll get into because it's Black History Month. So let me learn y'all something. So if y'all want to learn a little something, try to get into the complexities of cultural appropriation and whatnot, just stay tuned to the end of the video. If you're like, what are you talking about? No worries, I'll get you your workouts and your nutrition first. But like I said, we'll be ending with all that. So again, let's get into it. Let me show you some highlights from my workouts this week. So just so you know that this week was a little bit off for me, just because that's just how cycles work. So for this week, we just went ahead and made it a deload week. That way I could be in the gym, but I didn't push myself too much because wasn't feeling too amazing. So that is what was going on this week. But what's exciting about that is that next week we'll be starting my whole new 4-week set of exercises. So you'll get some new exercises in there, get a little bit of some new routines. We'll be switching up the density workout a bit and my leg day a little bit. So excited to share with you guys that next week. But let's go ahead and see what those workouts look like. Now, of course, I totally forgot to mention last week's prediction. Go 49ers, go Chiefs. I definitely said that those were going to be the two teams in the Super Bowl again. I'm a little bit conflicted because I am a Niners girl because, again, I'm from California, but I do like the Chiefs. I liked them way before the whole Taylor Swift thing, so don't even, no. Me and Travis Kelce, we were here back when he had a black girlfriend. I'm just saying. When we were here, he's been on my fantasy team. But in any case, so I like both teams. It's going to be a red Super Bowl. Either way, I'll be happy. But I think I'm going to rock my Niner gear just because my Niners have not won a Super Bowl in a few years. So, and it was a Super Bowl where they played the Ravens and beat them. That started my whole Niners journey. So that's what we're going to do for that. Now that we've talked about the Super Bowl, preparing for that, there's going to be some snacking and thing happening next week. So definitely want to make sure, again, that we're up on those workouts this week to prepare for Super Bowl. Also suggest that you go ahead, do some walking or a workout before Super Bowl if you're going to eat all those foods. Speaking of foods, let's go ahead and let me share with you the recipe of the week that I made. And I am trying to think if I had any fun food out this week. If I did, I'll go ahead and add it into the clips, but I can't remember at the moment. So we'll just go with I made a recipe, and like I said, you might get a little surprise food clip in here if I realize something fun when I'm in the middle of editing. So let's get to it.
Let's make shrimp pad thai noodles. So first boil your noodles, and then you're going to go ahead and chop up all your vegetables. Notice that I separated the bottom part of the green onion from the top. I used to get rid of the bottom, but the bottom's actually the onion part, so we're going to use that to cook. And then we're going to use the top part more as like a garnish, but also to add flavor. Then we have cilantro, bell pepper, bean sprouts, and carrots, and some limes. Now you can alter these vegetables if you want different types of bell peppers, if you don't want the bean sprouts, if you want, I don't know, broccoli. Do what you think is best, whatever you want to make your pad thai noodle noodles taste like yours. And then this is actually the tofu that I have put into napkins. So we start off with extra firm tofu. And pro tip, to get all the moisture out so that it's a little more firm and crispy, you want to take it, separate it, and then you let it sit in paper towels for about 20 to 30 minutes to get all the moisture out. That's what we're doing while we're chopping things. Also forgot that we needed a lot of chopped garlic. I always pre-chop mine and keep it in the container. So that's something else that we're going to need as a key ingredient here. So this was my first time making this recipe, so I had no idea actually what flavors we were going to use to make the sauce. So I've got honey here, rice vinegar, soy sauce, and sriracha. The reason why is because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go honey or brown sugar. Also, I didn't know if I was going to be able to find this tamarind paste or what it tasted like. So that's why I had the soy sauce and the rice wine vinegar on deck. I also have never tried or tasted fish oil, so let's go ahead and taste both of these ingredients. So the tamarind paste actually is kind of like soy sauce mixed with rice wine vinegar, so I don't need those. And also the fish oil is very fishy and quite salty. So we decided to go with 1.5 teaspoons of the tamarind paste, 1 teaspoon of the fish oil, and then I went with 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I did 1 teaspoon of sriracha sauce because I like sriracha, and I mixed it all together. I realized it wasn't quite enough, so I actually doubled the recipe. Next, we're gonna prep our shrimp. So I defrosted the shrimp, and then in the bowl, I'm gonna put my garlic, the bottom half of the green onions. I'm gonna saute all of that. Then once it's fragrant, add in the rest of your vegetables, mix it all up, then add in the tofu, season everything. I used pepper, garlic, and Lowry sea salt. Then you're gonna go ahead and put in your shrimp. Once your shrimp is nice and pink and cooked, you're gonna push it all to one side, add in 2 eggs. Then you're gonna scramble those eggs. Once that's done, throw in your pad thai noodles. You're gonna put in the sauce that we made. Remember, I doubled the recipe and I used 2 packs of noodles just so that I could feed a family of, well, it was 3 of us with some left over. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add it in the cilantro, the onion tops, some peanuts just for like the last literally minute or so of cooking so that everything was still crispy, fresh, and really, really green. And then it's time for plating. So you're gonna take that fresh lime we cut up and you're gonna put that on top before you serve it, and look at all that goodness. You can also add some cilantro, bean sprouts, and more peanuts just to add with that plating. And now you're ready to eat. It was so good. And then for a pre-Galentine's thing, me and my friends, we went out to go see Mean Girls in the theater, which was super fun. So if you haven't seen Mean Girls yet, I definitely recommend, especially if you were a fan of the first one. This movie is, though, it's based off of the play. So again, if you've seen the play, you might know what to expect. I didn't see the play, but still thought it was really, really good and enjoyable. I went ahead and surprised my friend with a gift from Box Lunch. We got some fun Galentine's Day shopping done at Box Lunch. Well, I got some cool Galentine's Day presents from Box Lunch, and then I did more shopping for my Valentine's Day outfit and some other stuff. So make sure you go to Box Lunch if you're looking for some fun Galentine's Day / Valentine's Day stuff, because you guys know I'm a huge fan of Box Lunch. Yes, I'm part of their collective, but I love their stuff even if I wasn't part of their collective. Okay. Now, let's get into what happened at the end of the week. So at the end of the week, I went ahead and went to a piano bar that I've been meaning to go to. I've been once before, so this was my second visit. So I'll go ahead and show you guys some clips of my visit to the piano bar. Hey guys, so I am ending my week here at the piano bar. I waited a little bit too late to film for you guys. It's a little bit loud and rowdy, so hopefully Road Wireless, I hope you're helping us out with diffusing the cacklers in the back. So let me show you some highlights of some of the performances here. And I already ate what I ate, but I can maybe show you a drink or two. All right, let's get into it. Stay the night, keep it undercover. I just want to use your love when to believe they never would. Sweet. Oh shit, we have a sugar daddy. So and then it got weird. Okay. Then I play my own shit and went something like this.
It's all about making that. Cause the boys in the hood were always on. Don't turn that trash and we'll pull your car. No one coming in line and we're being legit. Don't quote me, boy, I ain't saying shit.
So let's get into this whole topic of cultural appropriation and whatever and whatnot. So I don't know if when you were watching it, you got the vibe of this.
I got me a Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac. Got me a Cadillac car. Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac. Got me a Cadillac car.
But yeah, that's what it was giving. So to put this into context, I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen the movie Dreamgirls, but it basically touches on this whole idea that it was very popular back in the day for there to be songs created by black artists that would be taken by white artists, redone, kind of stripped down from the essence, and then put off as being their own music. Now, I know that that's not what they're doing here at this bar. Basically, how this bar works is you get a request for a song and they play the request. So here's my thing. As the only black person in the room, there's a couple of questions that came to mind. And it was not just me, because I was streaming at the time and a lot of my black audiences were kind of saying the same thing. So I was having a really good time at the piano bar, but my black audience that had just popped in, they were a little confused as to what was going on because they popped in while they were doing more of the R&B and hip hop type of songs. Now here's the deal. I don't blame the musicians for this. They're just trying to do their job based off of the requests. So they're performing the songs the best that they can. However, this is where things get dicey. They're kind of in a situation where they're danged if they do and they're danged if they don't. By not playing the song, it looks like they're trying to be discriminatory upon R&B and hip hop artists. But then by playing the song and not playing it the way that it was meant to be sound, then it kind of seems like, are you making fun of hip hop or R&B? It leads to having the question of who requested the song. It wasn't us, the only black people in the room. So that leads that there was a different ethnic group that was requesting the song. So were you requesting the song to be funny for our benefit, or were you requesting the song because you wanted to hear it, even though you knew that this probably wasn't in their wheelhouse? So it's just a lot of different things that are going up here. And this is where cultural appropriation gets so complex, especially here in America, right? Because what is cultural appropriation? How do you know when you're doing it and when it is just you appreciating someone else's culture? It's very much a fine line. But here's the big deal when it comes to music, and particularly black music. So I don't think a lot of people realize how deeply rooted dance and music culture is in the black community. The reason why we really are protective of our music is because it is one of the last remaining things that we have from our heritage. Music and dance are very, very integral to African society. So as slaves, when we were brought here from Africa, music and dance were two of the only things we were able to hold on to in terms of our culture. Also, a lot of slaves made up a lot of different music and dances as a way to secretly talk in code so that their masters wouldn't hear from it. And these secret dances, these style of music, this soul and infusion that is inside of our music has been passed down from generation to generation. And again, it's something that's deeply rooted within our culture, hence why we're very protective of it. So when you take a black song or a song that's created by a black artist, and then someone who doesn't have that same soul or appreciation for the actual essence of that song tries to redo the song, it loses its essence. It loses the pizzazz. It loses what makes it so culturally important to us. So if you're going to take the opportunity to redo a song that was made by a black person, particularly an R&B or hip hop song, if you don't understand the soul, the meaning that goes behind it, if you don't have the grit behind that song, it's not going to have the same impact, and it's going to seem more like cultural appropriation versus appreciation. So if we take the two examples of the song that I said before, if we take the version that was done by the black artists, and then you take the song that was done by the white artist, you can see that the main issue between these two songs is really a lack of soul and feeling, and that's what made it so egregious. How would you pass off a song like this versus this song? So I feel like that's sort of what was just going on at the piano bar, where they were attempting to do these songs, but they were doing it in a way that wasn't accurately reflecting the song or the culture behind that song. So I think an easy fix would just be to hire someone who is black to be able to perform these type of songs when they're requested, or if it's going to be a person that is not black, just someone that understands how the music is meant to be performed, that has that same soul, that same grit, that is going to put the same passion in the song as the original artist did. So I'm not saying that white people or non-black people can't do R&B and hip hop songs. There's a lot of artists that understood the culture and implemented it perfectly. Take someone like Tina Marie, for example, or take someone like Eminem. These are two people that were not black, but they understood the culture, hung around people in the culture enough to know that if they were going to do a song that was in the R&B or hip hop genre, rap genre, they were going to do it effectively in a way that paid homage to the culture and that was not in a way that was culturally appropriating the culture. So that is all that. I appreciate it. If you guys want to learn more, feel free to let me know in the comments. I know opened a huge can of worms here by adding this in, but just wanted to express my feelings of how it was when I was over at the bar, especially since it's Black History Month. Just thought it would be a good opportunity to learn a little bit of history of Black music and also to try to dive deep into my perspective as a Black person when I'm in these situations of being the only Black person in the room when my culture is being represented. And I completely understand that a lot of you viewers that are watching my content are not Black, and maybe you're watching it going, I wouldn't understand why this is an issue. But this is why we need to have these conversations, because sometimes you might feel uncomfortable asking your Black friends how they feel in those situations, or you might not just know. You might not know that, hey, it's probably not cool to request a song by a Black artist when you're fairly positive that the musician is not going to be able to bring the same type of soul to that song. Or heck, maybe you gave that musician the benefit of the doubt and said, I don't want to judge them. Maybe they can play this song. But then you saw after the first song, it didn't go so well, but then you continued to request more songs. Okay, tangent over. But anyways, thank you for letting me sit on my soapbox and explain that to you all. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, even this last part that went a hard left for you guys, you're like, I'm here for fitness and lifestyle and I got a whole conversation on Black culture and cultural appropriation. Well, you're welcome. Black History Month, Black unicorns, we love it here. So if you love the content, you want to see more of this amazing face, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the alert bell so you don't miss anything. And that way we can stay friends forever and ever. You get the gist. Bye for now.